Boom. There it is. We're live, everybody. Let's fire it up. Let's fire it up. We are live. Boom, boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Political Vigilante Live. Let me know if the lights and sound are working. Let's turn that up. Lights and sound. Let me know, everybody. Everybody, what are you doing? Hello. I do not need to read that. All right. Can everybody see and hear me? We're live in the Political Vigilante World Headquarters. Here we go. Live control room. Hello, everybody. Hello. Sound is good. Like guts are good. Wow, lights and sound look good to me. Hey, you caught me. Damn autocorrect. Hi from my Alaska vacation. Found you. What's up, Cad B? What are you doing in Alaska? Moose hunting with Sarah Palin. Oh. Brain freeze. Ow. Ah, brain freeze. This smoothie has unsweetened organic almond milk, frozen spinach, organic, frozen organic peaches, pineapple, and strawberry, organic unsweetened peanut butter, and plant protein from Vega or Vegas Sport. That's what's doing it. Job interview and a vacation. All right. Andrew Sweet is here. Myra's Mama is here. CFen1 is here. Zach Davis, Triana Be Fine. Marsha Smith and Zach Davis. Small Picture is here. Don't know if I recognize Small Picture. Maybe you're new. Thanks for joining us. So, guys and gals, stream health is good. You all can hear me. It is roughly 3:10 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, September 9th. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. I was surfing earlier today with Putin. It was great. All right. All right, all right, all right. Susan Brown is here. C. Blaine is here. Rosenfeld 10 is here. Myra's Mama. Myra's sorry, yeah, Myra's Mama. Lucas Pompey is here. What is going down? Going down. Who is anonymous? James 98. So I'll tell you a couple things that are going on. If you're in the LA area, I'm putting together this monthly stand-up show at this Corbin Bowl, this bowling alley in Tarzana. I know it sounds glamorous, but they got this cool lounge, and my friend's, she works there, and she was like, let's start doing a comedy show. So September 22nd at 8 o'clock, I'm on the show. My friend Jim Bruce, Kira Sultanovich, and Sam Tripoli from Tinfoil Hat. The link is at grandmella.com. Tickets are $10. Beers, the drinks are $3. They're very cheap, so come on out. Check that out. And of course, November 2nd, Ron and I are doing Progressive Comedy Tour in Sacramento. November 3rd, we're doing Progressive Comedy Tour in San Francisco. We're looking to add. We might be going to Santa Barbara. I'll have those dates soon. But again, those tickets are all at grandmella.com. I also want to look into I'm trying to find a venue to do Political Vigilante live, just at a little comedy club somewhere in LA or theater or something like that. Because I love doing it live. When I did it in Seattle, it was awesome, and getting the questions from the audience and doing the game show thing and having guests on there. And I know I could have really awesome guests, like I could have Jimmy Dore on and all that. So, I will let you know about that as soon as I find a venue that's willing to let me have a monthly show there. It'll be cool, and you can. And what I'll do then is add a Patreon tier that gets you free tickets to any show. So. All right, Lucas Pompey. Are there any transition town movements where you live, Graham? I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means. Moose Gal, thank you. All right, Rosenfeld 10, let's talk about this. The fawning over Obama's speech was nauseating. Well, so nauseating. I want to bring up Twitter here, because there's a woman I follow, Sarah Abdullah, who is like, she is somebody really worth following. Let me bring up her. She was talking about, here. I'm gonna bring this over to the main screen. Here's Sarah Abdullah. Let's look at this tweet right here. So this is NBC News. Former President Obama, I complained plenty about Fox News, but you never heard me threaten to shut them down or call them enemies of the people. And Sarah Abdullah writes, but you prosecuted more journalists and whistleblowers under the Espionage Act than all previous presidents combined. So let me see if you can see that. I'll even widen this out here. So this is someone I would suggest following, Sarah Abdullah. She's very in tune with what's going on in Syria, and all this fawning that was over Obama was like, she was calling it out pretty ferociously, because of what, you know, she keeps calling out all the crap that Obama did. You know, he helped create this. Like here, the Hill this is some fawning over Obama's speech. Let's bring this up front and center here. So Obama blasts Trump for refusing to condemn white supremacists. How hard can it be to say Nazis are bad? Sarah Abdullah says the man whose CIA staged a coup in Ukraine and empowered neo-Nazi thugs. It's just like, Obama was so great, I'm really done hearing. And then it's even more so, then there was this article like about George Bush. Remember, he was such a classy guy. Well, when he started the illegal war, he's a war criminal in Iraq, and he's our hero now. So I really have a hard time with that. So I'm going to bring this back here, some of your questions, so I can go into them. Where did you go? So somebody wrote, yeah. Jeremy Hall, can't believe Obama is so vain. He still wants to put his 2 cents and just retire in silence. Hillary hasn't and won't get over herself. Embarrassing for them. Right. It's crazy. It's crazy, the fawning over Obama. I mean, but this is what the Trump hysteria has created, is this environment where, I mean, he's awful and says these awful offensive things, and then everyone, not everyone, but so many people on the left are still turning a blind eye to everything Obama did. And it's so great to have like a Middle Eastern woman calling out Obama. And it kind of blows like the neoliberal identity politics. They're like, you know, they're used to just arguing with like white male Trump supporters, and then that fits into that plays with their agenda. But here's this Middle Eastern woman saying, no, Obama did all these awful things. You know, that's what I say to like neoliberal women who are like, Graham, you don't know, and blah. I go, okay, maybe I don't. So follow Abby Martin, follow Sarah Abdullah, follow Caitlin Johnstone, you know, follow Katie Halper. Listen to what these women have to say. That interview I just did with Susie Dawson, man, eye-opening. And we're doing another one of her interviews is going to drop tomorrow, who Susie Dawson is and what she's had to go through to bring the truth out. You know, she's had to sacrifice a lot, and I'm just finding out. I mean, I've known her just online through the last couple of months because I met her through Elizabeth Lee Voss from Disobedient Media. And so it just shatters all of the identity politics crap, you know? So, Jana Kelton, great point here. I heard some say it's the media's way of grooming the population for another war. Let's glorify the war criminals of the past. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. Because when Obama did wars, they were justified. When Bush did them, they were bad. That's the left. That's the left. And then the right's crazy thing of like, you know, the propaganda the right was fed, right? Obama's a terrorist, you know. He's a Muslim sympathizer. He's in league with the terrorists. Oh, really? Is that why he just set the Middle East on fire? Like, neither one of the propagandas from either side make a goddamn bit of sense when you're faced with the reality. It's just like, when I hear that, I always laugh at the Trumpers, because I'm just like, you think Obama was a terrorist sympathizer? He took us from 2 wars to 7. What are you talking about? It just, it's so preposterous. Yeah, and then as Andrew Sweet points out, Obama said that Medicare for All is this new idea. We should do this. Hey, oh, you mean the thing that Bernie ran on that you wouldn't get behind him on? Because you were too busy letting the Yemen proxy war happen and turning a blind eye to Standing Rock? That thing that Hillary Clinton called ponies? That was this constant marketing blitz. All the people on all the mainstream media were calling it pie in the sky. They got that term in the lexicon. Oh, Medicare for All is pie in the sky. It's pie in the sky. It's pie in the sky. It could never happen. You know, when I'm hearing family members say that to me, that's when I know that their marketing is effective. And now Obama's going, well, now we want Medicare for All? Obama, who could have endorsed Bernie, but didn't. Yeah. Yeah, Obama expanded the surveillance state. He took us from 2 wars to 7. He deported 2 million people. You know, one of the things that Sarah Abdullah refers to a lot is the killing of Gaddafi. Well, Gaddafi, not a good guy, but they killed him just because he didn't want to use the petrodollar. And now there's open slave markets. ISIS is like running rampant because there was a power vacuum there. That's the way we sell it to Americans. We got to get the bad guy out of there because he does humanitarian rights violations, and then we'll get rid of the bad guy, and then all this flourishing democracy will just start. No, in a country that has never had democracy, and then you just open the doorway to. But they need ISIS to be bad and awful. I did that video recently about how we were letting that American reporter was killed because she found information that was showing that we were letting ISIS go through our base in Turkey to get into Iraq and Syria. And Obama let this all happen, but his tweets were polite. So we're not offended by him. And while we miss him, we miss the days of the polite guy that was built more pipelines than anybody. But he was one of the good guys. Like, I can't even yeah, he tortured Chelsea Manning. He's wanted to go after Snowden and Julian Assange. I mean, give me a break. Obama's not some left-wing hero. So, yeah, as Andrew Sweet says, Obama sucked up to the GOP and they took it and said, give me more. Yeah, he passed a right-wing health care bill. Could have passed he could have passed Medicare for all when he had the House and the Senate. Now he's talking about Medicare for all. I'm so done. You don't think, Muscal, that Obama sucked up to the Republicans? I think he had no choice since they just obstructed from day one. Well, I'll say this a little bit. Yes, the Tea Party, when they obstruct, they were like, we're not budging. But he had control of the House and the Senate. You know, it was Democrats that sold out Medicare for all and gave us Romney Care, which basically Obama just called Obamacare. It was Romney's healthcare plan. So blaming this on, I can't blame this on the obstructionist Republicans. Yeah, they do that shit. But he had the House and the Senate. He had it. So what if they can bang their fists all they want. So either they're soft, the Democrats are soft and acquiesce, or they're in league with them too because they're getting money from the healthcare industry. I just can't cut them too much slack. I'm sorry. Yeah, Muscal, not sure which is true, just my gut feeling, but I think Nancy Pelosi is a sellout deal. Will Californians get rid of her? Man, I don't know. I hope they do, but she's really good at fundraising, and she's really good at, you know, touching the easy reactionary buttons of neoliberals with identity politics. Because, you know, Trump will say something sexist and Pelosi can go, oh, he hates women. I'm a powerful, strong woman. He doesn't want me. And distract everybody from the fact that she takes all this corporate money and sells out progressives at every turn she can get. I'd love to see Californians get rid of her. I don't know. They wouldn't get rid of Dianne Feinstein, so I don't know if they're going to get rid of her. So this, let me switch subjects here. Breaking news out of Chicago. Chicago cops will radio in incidents when they point a gun at someone after Emanuel and Madigan reach deal by Dan Hinkle. I don't know much about that. Let me look that up right now. Let me see if we can find some information on that. Yeah, here we go. This just came in from the Eagle on September 6th by Dan Hinkle of the Chicago Tribune. You know, let me bring this over here so we can all read it. I gotta look at this guy's weird leg on the side here. Chicago cops will be required to radio in incidents when they point a gun at somebody. By July 2019, any Chicago police officer who points a gun at someone during an arrest or street stop would have to inform dispatchers by radio of the incident under a deal between Mayor Rahm Emanuel's administrator and Attorney General Lisa Madigan's office that was introduced Thursday. Cops would not have to fill out a use of force report as they do when they use a taser or fire a gun, but supervisors would have to review the gun pointing incident and would be recorded in city data. The department would also have to develop training on when to point a weapon. The issue of tracking gun pointing incidents was a late sticking point between Madigan and Emanuel in the push to bring federal judicial oversight to the department, as a process sparked nearly 3 years ago by the video shooting of Laquan McDonald 16 times. Wow. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting article because I'm wondering if this will actually. It's probably good to have more oversight. I mean, one of the things in general that we need more of with regard to policing in America is oversight. So these cops can sort of do whatever that's what's been going on. They've been able to sort of do whatever they want. Now they have to radio in when they point a gun at somebody. Yeah, so we can track that. You can't just point your gun around at anybody. Now I'm sure police groups are going to say, "Oh, we'll just let the criminals shoot everybody and blah 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 blah." But that's an interesting point. That is an interesting point. And I will put this link so everybody can see it. Here. Thank you for putting that in there. Oh. Chris Wynn, I love your commentary. It's Theo and Jimmy Dore show, but I can never hear you. Please fix my audio? Really? Turn up the audio. Oh wow, I've never heard that there was an audio problem on my regular videos or just the live streaming ones. I'll look into that, but I thought I checked the videos and I listened to them and they all seem to work fine, and I've seen no one else in the comments say that they couldn't hear them. The regular videos. Ha! That's weird. That's weird because they all seem to be working. I don't know. Everyone said you can hear me. Some of you guys say you can hear me fine. Interesting. Yeah, it's when a lot of people say there's not a problem and only one or two people say there is, that I'm not quite sure what to do, because then if everyone's saying I can't hear you and everyone's saying it, then there must be something on my end. But I don't know what else to say. I'll look into it, but like I record the videos and then I test them on my computer to listen to make sure I can hear everything, and I spot check through there, and then my producer spot checks through there. So if there was super low video on our end, I would hear it. I'm not quite sure what to say. It's a YouTube conspiracy. Lucas Pompey says he just thinks people need to turn up their volume. Yeah, there could be some setting within your, like, not just your computer's volume, but your volume on YouTube, or your browser might have a volume setting. I don't know. I'm not sure what platform you're using. Do y'all remember Gary McCarthy? He's one of the candidates for mayor of Chicago. Interesting. Huh. So Chris Wynn says you can only watch at home with the volume turned on max. I can still hear you. It's just not very loud. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. And hit the like button for the stream. Myra's mama, I think it's low, and every time I try to eat one of those cookies, I can't hear you at all. Well, if you're doing a lot of pot cookies while you're watching this, maybe that's affecting your ears. I don't know. I'm not a physician. I'm not a pot doctor. Use your acting voice and project to the back of the room. I'm talking really loud right now already. I'm not going to, this is a long time. Yeah, you guys, I don't know. Try listening to Graham's video with headphones. Maybe that'll work. Have you seen Cordry's campaign ads for Ohio governor? It's basically, I love dogs, vote for me. That's hilarious. It's good to close mic. It's because you're in a big room. It's edited in. Yeah, see, I'm gonna go to it right now and listen to this because I spot check these videos all the time, and you're literally one of the only people telling me that this is a problem. So did you see where that issue comes from? No, it's not. I can't check it now. All right. Whatever. All right. Yeah, I know I'm backwards. The backwards when we live stream, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I don't know what's doing that. Hmm. Hello, Dennis from Germany. Adam Kern, curious if you brought up my idea for some kind of progressive Congress to make decisions on what's best for progressive movement with Jimmy Dore yet. I'm supposed to be doing Jimmy Dore's show this week, so hopefully I will bring that up to him because I really want to talk to him. I watched the video that he came out last week with where Abby Martin and Mike Preisner, you know, her producer, were on the show talking about independent, you know, they're under attack and independent media needs to come together. So I want to talk to Jimmy about that, like maybe getting all these people together like Abby Martin and Kyle Kalinske and whomever else is being, you know, demonetized and shut down. So the other thing too, that when I was showing that Sarah Abdullah woman, she posted that all of these Syrian YouTube channels got shut down. Shut down like that. And yet these people that have like neo-Nazi view, they're allowed on YouTube. They're not throttled. They're not shut down at all. So that's a pretty crazy thing. I have not seen that article about The Guardian, about the anonymous op-ed. Let's talk about Cynthia Nixon. She seems to be a very progressive. I really don't care who they voted for in the past. I'm not happy people vote for neoliberals, but what I care about is going forward in their vision. Yeah, I understand, like some people say, well, Cynthia Nixon, like why are we voting for another TV star? We have a reality show person in the White House. And I get that overall, that's a fine, you know, concern or criticism to have. But from what I can see, Cynthia Nixon seems to be a pretty legitimate progressive. The things that she wants, Medicare for all, and you know all that other stuff, student loan debt forgiveness. I believe she wants all those things. So I think she might actually be the real deal, not just some celebrity. When everyone was like, oh, we should let Oprah be president, you know. No, we should not let Oprah be president. So, yeah, the left does need to organize and mobilize. And I think, I don't know, you know, we should do as much investigation as we can and see if these candidates that are calling themselves progressives actually are, what their history is, what their actual platforms are, and get behind them when they are. And if they bail, then we bail on them. We don't play the, you know, any blue will do. We won't play that game. So I think it's important that there's people out there running and doing that. But we can't, again, we've talked about this before in the show, it's got to be policy, not the person. You know, and if their policy starts to waver, then No. No, like, you know, Gilliam in Florida was running on, you know, Medicare for all, and then he put some tweet out there. It's like, we got to have affordable health care. And it's like, wait a minute, that sounds corporate dem to me. Easy, easy. Yeah, as Dan Hooligan says, center right is the right. Gillibrand knows her progressive stuff too. She goes into details about Bernie policies that inform me beyond Bernie shtick. Nixon picked Hillary over Bernie in 2016. It's hard to trust Hillbots. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. You know. And as Rosenfeld 10 says, hopefully they've grown beyond Hillary's capabilities and willingness. Yeah, Jana Kelton, vote blue no matter who, will get Trump's picks through. Yeah, and as Dan Hooligan points out, Nixon has had more TV time than Cuomo, it seems, and that usually what decides a race. So I think, yeah, let's see. And if she's just going to kind of be sort of still with her-esque, then, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to defeat Cuomo, but if we're just bringing in, you know, a neoliberal corporate Democrat in, you know, progressive clothing, then that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Or please vote green, as Jake Smith says. But her platform is left-wing. Yeah. I mean, Nixon's policy, this is from Dennis from Germany, if you need evidence, just watch the debate with Cuomo. I'm convinced, and do not forget to pressure her after she is elected. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. The debate that she had with Cuomo was very left. I mean, she was saying all these things. That's the key, too. Then hold these people so accountable. That's the thing that the left keeps buckling on. That's what the Tea Party did. I don't agree with the Tea Party's, you know, and some of their tactics, but their stance, at least, of you better do what we want, or we're walking, we're out of here. And left people on the left don't do that. Well, we get some, and we don't want to make waves. The Tea Party said, we want our policies out there. We want our anti-gay politicians and all their right-wing nonsense. But they're look at how they did it. We're walking. You don't vote for us. We're walking, and that's what progressives need to do. Even like, if let's say if Ocasio-Cortez bails and starts going corporate dem, we're walking. We're done with you. I'm telling you, we can't waver on any of this shit. You're not down with single-payer health care. You're not down with ending war, and you're not down with protecting the environment and a Green New Deal, and you're going to give these little fucking centrist breadcrumbs. Then fuck you. We're gone. We're gone, and that's what we need to do. And I'm telling you. As happy as I am at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez won, great. But if she bails and goes corporate dem because, oh, Chuck Schumer, she's got to cut a deal with this, then fuck you. Fuck you. Go. You know, same Bernie, any of them. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Like, they better fight for us or get rid of them. And that's what we need. We need that approach. You know, oh, with your purity test. Yeah, fuck you. And that they keep hoping that we'll just keep making Trump and the Republicans so bad that you got to vote for us. And that's why they're probably ecstatic. There's still so many people going, just get any blue in there. Just get anyone in there. That's what has allowed this to happen. The Tea Party is like, And we need to do that. Yeah. Jeremy Hall, they'll only learn when we punish them at the voting booth. I'm in Indiana 17th, but I'm canvassing for more. Yeah, as Jake Smith, Ocasio did not carry water for Hillary, as Nixon did. Yeah. Yeah, as Lucas Pompa, Andrew Gillum is backtracking on all of his real progressive policies, not just Medicare for all. Well, someone pointed out he was a Hillary superdelegate, so it's not surprising. That's weird. Oh, Redneckonomics is here. What's up? Where have you been, Stevie? Where have you been? I hope you're well. It's good to have you back. You like the new background? You haven't been here in a while, Stevie? I hope everything's going well. Have not talked to you in forever. Good to have you back here. This is thank you for the super chat. Plantastic Life. Guys, a great way to support the show. You hit the dollar icon and you get your question asked or answered. You can ask your question and I will answer it. Also, there is the P.O. Box. Some of you have donated to the P.O. Box. I've just gotten cash and unmarked envelopes, so if you want to stay anonymous, that's a great way to support the show as well. And then, of course, there's patreon.com. Here's Plantastic Life. Dominic, thank you so much. If Nixon loses the primary to Cuomo, New York Democrats and independents need to go green in the general election. Yeah, I cannot agree with that more. Like, I cannot agree with that more. In any of these races where if the corporate Democrat wins in the primary or the Republican or whatever, then go green. Go third party, man. You know, I'm telling you, I talk a lot about the guy, but Kenneth Mejia in California's 34th Congressional District, he has a regular job. He doesn't, and he's going up against a big corporate Democrat, and he beat out the Republican to get in the second position. So I hope that he wins, and I hope, like you say, Dominic, that people just go green, go third party. If there's no, I cannot say this enough. Do not vote lesser of two evils. I don't care what it's for. There's like, well, I don't like both of these candidates. Then fucking write somebody in. I'm telling you, write in yourself, write somebody else in, do it. Vote for the third party, vote for the independent candidate. Don't give them the vote. They need to earn your vote. And if they don't put a candidate up there that's worth your vote, don't fucking give it to them. I cannot say that enough, man. That's what they're banking on. Well, lesser of two evils, I guess I'll vote for this person. Don't let them do it. Dominic, thank you for supporting the show, man. I honestly think we could get a Green Party presence in Indiana, considering Indianapolis is so disenfranchised by the two parties. They have a 20% turnout rate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good stance. And as Marcia Smith says, I won't vote for Republicans and most Dems, but I have voted Green and Peace and Freedom here in California. Absolutely, vote for a third party. You know. Bernie voted with the Dems to fast-track Trump's judges. I couldn't support Bernie again. I don't blame you for that. A letter, a snail mail campaign, actually carries a lot of weight with politicians. Yeah. We need to call and write our representatives. It's the only way to hear our opinion. Well, yes, it's a very important way, and they do like I mean, you better believe they were paying attention when all those people showed up at the town hall meetings. You write them letters, but what they really pay attention to is votes. And you tell people that are incumbents, even if you say, look, I voted for you last time, but if you don't support these progressive policies, I will never vote for you again. Let them know. You know, I let Dianne Feinstein know that. I'm done voting for her. I'm done voting for her. She voted for Mike Pompeo. That's it for me. Mooscal, Nina Turner says any blue won't do. She advocates for better Democrats. You know, I want to talk about this, like our revolution, what happened with the super delegates and the Democratic Party, right? And a lot of people, we talked about this a week ago or so. And our revolution is acting like, I was talking to my friend, you know, a good friend of mine that works in politics, and he goes, our revolution is acting like they got this huge victory. And he goes, they're suckers. The Democratic Party, on their website, and Jimmy Dore did a video about this, it says,
We are limiting the influence of superdelegates. So they're still going to have influence. You just got taken. You just got taken. I understand what our revolution is trying to do, and I got a lot of respect for Nina Turner, reform from within. But you just got taken. So the superdelegates still will have influence. They'll still have a lot of influence. Give me a break. You know how many superdelegates the Republicans have in their primary? Fucking zero, man. Zero. The Democrats, if they were so big on reform, they would just say, we're done with superdelegates. We're going to be just like the Republicans. We're going to have a fair, open, we're going to let independents in. And they said, here's what they said too. This is why our revolution thinks it's such a big victory, and it isn't. They're like, what they're doing is making it easier to register and become a Democrat. They're still shutting out independents. They're still saying, well, it's our party and we can run it the way we want, despite the fact that we get federal tax dollar money, that we hold our primaries and in public buildings like schools and libraries. That means you're beholden to public rules. The DNC's charter says they're supposed to have a fair primary, and they don't do that. Like, fucking fuck you with your superdelegates. Superdelegates are a bullshit scam that were implemented after Barry Goldwater. Like, I'm done. And then our revolution, this is the problem I have with, and I was just talking about this with regard to the Tea Party. The Tea Party, if they don't get what they want, man, they fucking say, they say no way. And that's what we need to do. We're limiting the influence of superdelegates. That sounds like bullshit corporate doublespeak. I cannot confirm nor deny. Like, no, there's a yes. The superdelegates are corrupt. Get rid of them. We will. Limited in a capacity that will not have that big of an influence. Man, shut up. I respect Nina Turner. I hope she runs for president. But our revolution, stop thinking the Democrats are going to change. They just get taken, man. Progressives, I'm sorry. They just got fucking taken. Yeah, voting for the lesser two evils is still voting for evil. All right. Dennis from Germany, as long as you guys can only vote for two major parties, nothing will change. In our Congress, we have 6 parties in. Maybe change your system to a parliamentary system, more votes as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a great theory. What we need is to change. We need wholesale election reform. We need to get the money out of politics. We need to open up the primaries. We need ranked choice voting. I mean, we need to have elections on a weekend, not on a Tuesday. Or make Tuesday a national holiday and it is completely, everything is closed like the 4th of July. Nobody works. I mean, something. Like, we need to allow, we should have a mandate that 4 parties have to be on any debate. Any televised debate, there needs to be 4 parties. You know what I mean? Like, there just needs to be so much more that we need. Yeah. Please like the videos, guys. Yeah. Superdelegates, we know what and who is best for you, like the parents, yeah. Yeah, independents are the biggest voting bloc in the country, and independents are more progressive than registered Democrats. That's why they shut them out. They know independents. That's why all these independent ballots go, they got purged, because they knew independents were going to vote for Bernie. They're telling you, you have a say provided you sign up for our party and think our way and let us do whatever we tell you to do. And anyone that doesn't do it our way, oh, we're going to blame you for Trump. You should allow, what do you have, if you're so, like, if you're so great, if you think your platform is so great, you should want, yeah. Independents, of course people should vote for. We have the best platform. If I ran a party, I'd be like, yeah, anyone can vote for our party. Republicans, independents, I don't give a shit. We got the best platform for everybody. Our party is better for America than yours. So yeah, anyone can vote in our primary. That's what I would do. But no, they can't do that. Fucking bullshit. Moose Gal, Graham, how do we get Democratic voters to vote in better Democrats instead of anyone but a Republican? Rich Democratic voters, Bill Maher, will still be fine with neoliberals, but not us. Well, we just keep doing what we're doing. That's a great question. Don't acquiesce. Don't support them. Write them letters. Don't vote for the lesser of two evils. All the stuff we're talking about. Write in a candidate. If there's two shitty candidates, don't not vote. Show up and vote. But vote right in. What if they're like, wow, we got 10,000 write-in votes? You're telling them, I'm here. Here's my voice, but I'm not voting for you. You don't just get my vote. You don't just get it because I'm left of center and you're my lesser of two evils. That's what I think. And we keep doing this and only get behind real progressives. And when a candidate that gets a progressive gets voted in and they don't stick to their guns, fucking go after them, man. If this Gilliam guy is he's already selling people out like Doug Jones style, then fuck him, man. Don't vote for him in the general then. If that's what he's doing, fuck him. Vote for the Green. Let him lose and say, this is why you didn't get my vote. Because you bailed on us. That's what the Tea Party people do. We will walk, man. They show up at the Republican convention and they say, you better have these things on your platform or we're gone. We're gone. And they mobilize and they have one singular focus and vision and they don't back down for shit. That's what we need to do, man. Don't forget, guys, you can support the show by hitting the dollar thing. C. Blaine's progressives need a strong leader. We don't. You're going to give Brazil a heart attack, Graham, with this crazy talk. Yeah. Exactly. Good. She should be scared. They should be scared of us. The Democratic Party, the corporate Democrats, they should be terrified of us. Not because we're going to do violence, but because we're going to vote their asses out. We're not giving them a penny. We're going to hold them accountable. Vote them out. Let them know you're done. Ocasio-Cortez, good for you. You sell us out, you're gone. You're gone. Let them know this. Let them know. Let them know. We have the power. You let them know every goddamn day we have the power. Let Wasserman Schultz, let Donna Brazile know. Let Chuck Schumer know. Let Nancy Pelosi know. Let Tim Kaine know. All of them. Let them know we got the power, man. Dominic, thank you for supporting the show. The campaign ads on TV treat the electorate as a collection of ignoramuses. Yeah, exactly. They think we're stupid. That's why we got to get more involved and say no and point this out over and over and over again. Don't back down. Don't acquiesce. Nope. We want these simple things. We want them now. Like $15 an hour is the baseline, man. Minimum wage should be $20 to $25 an hour. $15 an hour should be what high school kids get to work in McDonald's. You still can't pay your bills on $15 an hour, right? We want real jobs brought back here. We want a Green New Deal. We're not backing down on this at all. Because let me put it to you this way. They've done studies that by 2030 is about the time many scientists have predicted that if we don't do drastic change, then we can't reverse climate change after 2030 if we keep doing what we're doing. We got 12 years. We have 12 years. Not a lot of time. So we need to have that type of attitude. I want a progressive in there that's going to fight for the environment. I'm done with the war crap. I'm done. You don't want to play ball? Get the fuck out of our way. Kamala Harris, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Get the fuck out of the way, man. Elizabeth Warren, beat it. Tim Kaine, get out of my way. Joe Biden, get out of I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. And if you can't, we will vote you out. If I ever spoke at a rally for any of these candidates, I'd say, you got a great platform, but if you get elected and you bail on us and go corporate Democrat, everyone here, vote them out the next time. Let them know we have the power. We donated our money, we donated our time to your campaign, and we gave you our votes. So you better do what what you said you were going to do, or you're gone. No joke, man. No joke. And you need to be more mad when a candidate that you voted for bails on the campaign promises. You need to be more mad. I'm not that mad at Trump. I didn't vote for the guy, didn't support the guy, I was against the guy. I'm mad that he got there. What I'm more mad at is Obama. I voted for the man twice, and he sold me on this hope and change. And what did he do? War, bankruptcy, he deported people, foreclosure, fuck him. Fuck him. I'm more mad at him, and that's how you need to act, and that's what you need to tell your friends. You need to tell them, the people in the Bronx better get fucking livid if Ocasio-Cortez bails on them. They better take to the fucking streets and protest and let her know she's done. That's what needs to happen. She seems like a woman of honor and conviction. She seems like she's going to take this fight all the way to the end, and I hope she does. But if she doesn't, Moosecale, Graham, why do we need voting day to be a holiday if we have early voting? I'm saying, yeah, we should have early voting. We should have vote by mail. Because we don't live in this, everyone has 9 to 5 jobs, and everyone has all these different jobs. They're doing 2 and 3 jobs. I'm saying make voting as accessible as it can be by doing all those things. Vote by mail, early voting, and put it on a weekend or make Tuesday a holiday. All of those things together. We need all of those things to get everybody invigorated to vote. But more importantly, we need candidates that have goddamn platforms and policies that are going to help everybody in America, not just bail out the 1% for more of their fucking greedy bullshit. Sydney Samsara, we have the option to recall. Wait, I just lost that. To recall many offices already and need to extend the ability to recall to all public officers. That way, if they lie, it's goodbye. Yeah, I like that. Redneckonomics, I became skeptical of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez after she said she'd vote blue no matter who for the presidential election. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. The only thing I could, and this is not me making excuses for her, the only reason I could see why she would do that legitimately, not sell out, but is that immigration reform is so important to her and her constituents in the Bronx, the people that elected her, that she's like, I got to get somebody in there that won't be deporting and separating families. I get that. If that's like a big single issue for her and her constituents, and she's like, that, I got to get anyone but Trump in there. That's the only way I would sort of understand that. It's the only way I would sort of understand that. I don't agree with any blue will do. I don't agree with that, but that's the only thing. I'm not trying to make excuses for her. I don't know her, but that's the one thing I could see. If that was her reasoning, I could buy that, at least. Ernie B., I wrote my congressman last time to endorse Bernie, and they sent an email urging me in favor of Clinton, of course. Yeah. Hobie Hernandez, of course, mainstream media can allow Marx ideas in their show. Yeah, we can't have any Marxists. That's bad. Derek Jensen and Chris Hedges 2020. We need to make a permaculture designer president. Ah, that's funny. I named my alarm clock Donna Brazil. Thought about Rachel Maddow, but went with Donna. Every morning when she wakes me up, I turn her off and say, fuck you, Donna Brazil. Jake Smith, I like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I donated to her twice. She better fight the military-industrial complex. Absolutely. Redneckonomics, we're probably on the same page, but it was a red flag. Just keep an eye on her. Yeah, and that's what you should do. I think that's great. The mistake we've all made in the past, and I'm part of this mistake, is I vote for this candidate and oh, we're good. They got it. We got our progressive in there and they're not. We need to hold them, the ones we vote for that win, we need to hold them more accountable than anyone else. We need to hold them more accountable than anyone else. Not flip out and overreact, because progressives can do that. The minute one candidate or one person does one thing they don't like, they just, oh, they sold us out, I knew it, it was all a scam. Not lose your shit, but hold them, but do your research. Hey, mayors. Amaris is asking the question, changing your registration paints you as a target for voter purging. How do we address this crap? Better to stay and vote correctly. Good questions. So I think these are great questions. What I think some of the solutions, but the solutions I think go to the massive election recall or reform that we need. So part of what you're talking about is that this is how they can purge your votes, right? So if they were to just get rid of the superdelegates and let independents vote, then this wouldn't even be an issue, which is, in my opinion, how we do address this. We go for the long game of we want complete election reform, and we won't take some election reform. And when they give us table scraps like this superdelegate crap, we don't act like, oh, that was, I was disappointed in our revolution, like they were acting like we did it. No, you didn't, you got taken. So that's what I think, gay mayors, is what we should do to address this crap. I don't agree personally with staying and not changing, because they're seeing the numbers. Because this is the thing. If they keep doing this, one of the solutions is just fuck the Democratic Party. Form a third party. If they're just refusing to change, which they're not going to. What they're going to do, they're going to get, I don't see a progressive getting the nomination in 2020. It'll be Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden or somebody like that. That's what they'll do. And they'll screw over a progressive. And that's when we need to, like, get Tulsi Gabbard and Nina Turner to say, start a fucking third party already. Enough of this shit. That's one way to do it. Because playing their game, the question that you're asking is, do we stay and vote correctly? That's playing their game. And that's more of the bullshit. That's more of the lesser of two evils. I don't like the system, but that's letting them dictate the terms. We're done letting them dictate the terms. Do you see what I mean? Fuck them. Great question. Dominic, thanks for supporting the show. Like you say, Graham, no more voting for crap sandwiches. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Going back to Amir's, what your question, which was a good question, and why I don't, it's the shit sandwich. It's their whole thing. That, like I said, there's the two parties are two shit sandwiches. The Republican shit sandwich is, it's got American cheese and lettuce and bacon, and it's wrapped in an American flag wrapping. And the Democratic shit sandwich is a gluten-free bun and vegan cheese, and it's wrapped in a rainbow flag. They're both shit sandwiches, and they want you to think they're so different from each other, but they're both shit sandwiches. And just, we got to show them, no. That's the power we have. When we go lesser of two evils, we're giving all of them our power. We're giving them our power. When we go, nope, I'm done. I'm not voting, fuck you then. You want to purge my vote? Fuck you. Fuck you. This is where I am. This is what I'm voting. I'm not giving you a penny. I'm not doing any of that crap. That's what we need to do. Thanks for supporting the show, Dominic. No worries, Pat. Bat mashups. Don't worry, brother. Don't worry. Let me go back to Lucas Pompey. He said from earlier, Okay, so this is what the transition town movement is all about: transitioning your community from fossil fuel dependence to fossil fuel independence, and from globalization to localization. That is fantastic. And I think that that transition town movement, we're seeing that start to happen, like with municipal broadband, like they're doing in Chattanooga. The community land trusts, I did a story on that that's happening in Buffalo. Those things like that. And again, I talk about this all the time, and I will continue to talk about it, and thank you for bringing this up, is when we transition to community like you're talking about, like vote for, petition your local town to get off of fossil fuels. Every town you live in, like the city I live in, Santa Monica, has done a good job of a lot of their city vehicles are either electric or, you know, they have a lot of hybrids, but you know, I want them to go completely off of it. That's what I want. You know, they put solar panels on some city buildings and stuff like that. That is how we do it. They have a great infrastructure of electric vehicle charge. I literally was at the beach surfing this morning with Putin. He says hi. And I was at a lot near the beach that has free charging. So it's what you're talking about. And we can petition this and transition, as you say, or as the term is, on all these little things. Right? Get your little town, or wherever you live, your big town, wherever you live, to get to say, we're going to be off fossil fuels by 2030. We're done. You know, Los Angeles has the largest clean air fleet of buses in the country. Now it's natural gas and stuff. That's not great, obviously, but petition, like vote for it. That's what you should do. Community banks, community land trusts, cooperatives, all that stuff. Bring it back locally. It's a great thing. Damn, Graham, all I see on the roads in Indiana are lifted trucks with smoke coming out of the tailpipe after they pass me and blow through a red light. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing you do, Chris Wynn. You start trying to pass those laws, vote for them, you know, to your local legislation. That's how you do it. Get your school district to start using clean vehicle buses for the kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these little things, these little places you have way more influence than the federal government. And you can get people in your neighborhood to get involved. Put together a little flyer. This is what we need. It'll save our community money. Do the research. It'll make it cleaner for our kids. Pass that around. You know, at your next school board meeting. Little things like that. Those are the things that affect change. This little school board, this little district in Indiana changes laws where all the school board trucks have to be clean burning. Wow. Do you know how much that saves? How many, you know, CO2s you're not putting into the air? That's why the little gestures are so much bigger than we think. I was talking about this with Susie Dawson. She said to me, Graham, I said, but you know, what do we do when we're all just sitting here on this every week? Oh, I'm just one guy. You're just one person. What are you going to do? She goes, Graham, Julian Assange was just one guy. And I was like, you're right. And look what he did. Edward Snowden was just one guy. Rosa Parks was just one woman. Dr. King was just one man. So that's why one person makes a huge, huge difference. Boom. I could join a credit union because of where I work, but I get better interest rates at a regular bank for my savings. However, the credit unions give better interest rates for car loans. Yeah. I was looking at, I've told you guys this before, I moved my IRA a year ago to a credit union. I have business accounts. They're still at Wells Fargo. I don't like that at all. I was talking to another credit union that I found out I qualify for. like my union, my SAG, the actors union, doesn't take corporate accounts. This one credit union takes corporate accounts, but then like my line producer on the TV show, I would give her a debit card and she could go pay for stuff, and this credit union won't do those kind of things. So it's just like, I don't want to have my money with Wells Fargo at all. I'm glad I pulled a bunch of it out, but I still have some there, and I understand that dilemma. Like, can I run my business effectively if my corporate checking accounts and savings don't have these options like I have currently? I get that dilemma, man. Lucas Pompey, climate change is and has been the #1 threat to national security, according to the Pentagon. Yeah. Absolutely. That's how you convert, like when the right-wingers like, oh, it's a liberal conspiracy, say, you know, the Pentagon knows this is a security threat. We could, and tell them we could have a bunch of American jobs back here if we had somebody really fighting for American jobs. The two parties don't give a shit about that. You know? Hey, Maris, you like Aspiration Bank. Okay. Chris Wynn, I think we could get municipal broadband in Indianapolis easily. I should pass out flyers at my college. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. Get your college. Get municipal broadband in Indianapolis. Get your college to be more green, to put more solar panels on the roof. Get your, you know what I mean? Get people on your campus involved. Do the research. If we install solar panels, it'll save us this, it'll cost this much initially and save this, like put a business plan together. You know what I'm saying? Get people involved, start a group. I'm just saying, that's what I'm talking about, Chris. If you just got Indianapolis, just got municipal broadband, or your college just became more sustainable or something like that. You see how what that would do? How much that is? Yeah, the U.S. military is the largest single polluter in the world. Convert all the weapon manufacturers to solar and wind production and give them exclusive government contracts. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. Just say, look, you guys, the weapon manufacturers, you got to start making these products. You got to hire people in America. You got to pay good wages. It ties into the federal jobs guarantee that we've talked about on this show before. You know, I talk about everything's connected. All of the solutions are connected, and all of the solutions can start on little local levels. And then all of a sudden, there's a dozen cities with municipal broadband. There's 50 cities. There's 200 cities with municipal broadband. Wait a minute now. See what that does? All these cities have said, we're going off of fossil fuels. The federal government doesn't want to, fine. But all these cities are. If you watch An Inconvenient Sequel, Al Gore goes to this small town in Texas, in the reddest county, in the reddest state, and the mayor is like, it's saving us money. It's just better financially for us to become more sustainable. He jokes and he takes a picture with Al Gore in front of the Republican Party office there in that small town in Texas in the movie. Right? Plantastic Life. A lot of people think that the Green Party is a one-issue party. The Greens must do a better job pushing their platform. Republicans and Dems are for corporations. The Greens are for people. Yes. That's my issue with the Green Party, is they really need to talk. The Green Party needs to go into red states and red counties and red districts and say, our platform actually will give you better jobs. Because people think Green Party is just a bunch of hippies in a drum circle in Portland, Oregon or some shit like that. And then you come up with a platform. It's a problem with the Green Party that I've noticed, is I don't see enough infrastructure and organization. They sort of, some of the people involved just feel like it's a novelty. I'm a Green. I know we'll never win, so I'm not even going to really run a real platform or have a real office. We're just going to say go Green, and they need to do more. They should. Like Kenneth Mejia needs to be knocking on the doors of all the people that voted for the, not that he knows this, but like go to people who like the Republicans, like see if the Republican that ran would endorse him. Interesting. Yeah. Plantastic. Green should push their economic agenda and foreign policy agenda first. Saving the planet is a welcome side benefit. Regular people are self-centered first. Well, what you do though, you don't have to put saving the planet down on the list. You show them how saving the planet gives them a good job, gets us off of Middle Eastern oil, helps reduce terrorism, because we're not creating terrorists by drone striking them. That's how you sell it. You show the Green New Deal for what it is. It gives all these Americans jobs. The Green Party came into some red district that had a bunch of closed down factories and stood in front of those factories and said, what if we made this a solar power plant? And we could give 10,000 people in this community a $25 an hour minimum wage. That's the entry level is $25 an hour. That's what you do. You sell it all together. You don't downplay it. It's how you present it. That's part of the problem, is it's the messenger. You got some hippie going, oh, save the planet. That doesn't mean shit to me, man. They closed down my factory. I can't feed my family. I don't want to hear your hippie, drum circle bullshit. So sell it in the real way. That's how you do it. We want a world where kids can feel safe. Yeah. Show them the statistics. Kids with asthma because of harmful emissions. We reduced, just show them the dollars and cents of it. Lucas Pompey, the Greens in Maine got ranked choice voting passed by the entire state. There you go. I bet you the Maine Green Party is so organized and so together. I got to be honest with you, when Ron and I did the Progressive Comedy Tour through all those red states, the Green Party really didn't respond to us. And the Green Party in this town is not connected to the Green Party in that town. The Democratic Socialists came out to several shows. Ron and I were both very disappointed with the Green Party. That's what it needs to do. It needs to get its shit together and start mobilizing. And don't go to organic farmers markets to recruit. Go to the red people and say, we have a platform for you. Don't just preach to the choir. Try to convert Democrats to vote for you. Go convert Trump supporters. You can do that. You can save the planet, because you're going to have to. You don't want to, oh, they're all deplorables. Well, then nothing's going to change. Fucking sack up and go out there and go in a red state and set up your Green Party thing at a fucking, and go to NASCAR. Go set up outside of a goddamn gun show. Lori Mountain Gal Pal, this is kind of frustrating because Graham is saying they should do things that they are actually already doing. All right, Lori, if they are, great. I'm just telling you, my interaction with them when we were setting up this tour that we did in June for several months, reaching out to them, come out to our shows, they were very unresponsive. They were very unorganized. I'm not seeing them really trying. I'm not seeing it. Maybe you're seeing it where you live. I only see the Green Party. They're at hippie functions. That's the only place I see them at. That's the only place I see them at. So if you're telling me they're going to other places, great. I'm just telling you, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them outside of a sporting event. So, as Lucas Pompey says, the Greens worked their asses off canvassing Maine to make sure the ranked choice voting referendum would pass. Great. Keep doing more of that. Do that in every state. Do that in every state. Do that in the reddest of red states. Because we were in a bunch of red states, and I saw a bunch of, and I reached out to all these Green parties, and none of them, half of them didn't even respond.
Just saying.
Yeah. Danny's R. I have this crazy theory that oil is meant to stay in the planet, kind of like its bodily fluid. Yeah, absolutely. All right. You've seen a Jamu in the ghetto going door to door. Great. You saw Jill Stein in Standing Rock. Awesome. I'm just telling you, here's the thing. It needs those. That's great. But to change and to build up a party, you need people door to door everywhere. You need that everywhere. You need what they're doing in Maine in all 50 states. That's what I'm saying. And I haven't seen that. Red Economics, that is troubling, Graham, and I will definitely bring this up with the Green News Network. Please do. I'm not attacking the Green Party because I don't like them. I want to see them do better. And I see what works, and then I see what they're doing, and I'm not seeing enough. Now, granted, I live in blue California, but I want Kenneth Mejia to win. But please bring this up. Please bring this up. I still don't know how to find Black Agenda Report. Well, it shouldn't be that difficult. You should be able to just type in blackagendareport.com. Here you go. Ernie B., I don't even think the Green Party, enough people know the Green Party exists. Uh-huh. Where are we at here? 77 minutes. There you go. Moose Gal, Ron Placone is trying to get municipal broadband to happen where he lives in Pasadena. Got to start someplace. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you got to do. If Ron can get municipal broadband in Pasadena, that's big. Because LA... then all these cities will start, because all it'll take is a tech companies going, oh, we're moving our offices from this part of LA to Pasadena. That's all it'll take, and everyone will go, oh, we need this. There's all these tech, and that's the other thing too about municipal broadband, why you should petition to get it there. Because then anywhere that has it, you can create a tech hub anywhere. It doesn't have to be in LA or San Francisco or something. It could be in Oklahoma. It could be anywhere. You get municipal broadband, you can then attract, I bet you Chattanooga is getting a bunch of tech companies coming there. Is anyone thinking Chattanooga, Tennessee is this tech hub? I bet you it's becoming one if it isn't already. So you get municipal broadband and wherever you live, then that's how you sell it. I'm telling you, I work in show business where you got to pitch an idea, you got to pitch the big thing, you got to pitch the profitability of it. So you pitch that to your town and say, look, if we get municipal broadband here, then we can tell all these startups to open up offices here and get all that venture capital money that's putting all that out there. Do you see what I mean? That's one of the ways to do it. Oh, Tulsi Gabbard is going on Jimmy Dore this week. That is fantastic. Yeah, if she goes on Jimmy Dore, man, that would be rad. That would be awesome. That's Redneck and not a Moose Gal. My friend Austin and Sanders got Marshall University to have voting on campus there. See? Little things like that. Everybody does their little thing like that. That's huge. All right. Where are we at here? Ernie B. I remember someone calling into Thorne Hartman's show and said he did not know who Jill Stein was and was voting for Gary Johnston. Yeah. But not all municipalities are large enough for municipal broadband. I don't know, C. Blaine. Maybe. Maybe not, though. I would do the research. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would do the research and see if it's possible. Because it doesn't seem like it would require that much. Maybe I'm wrong. Not a tech guy. Dennis from Germany. If FDR hadn't died during his term and implemented his second Bill of Rights, oh man, what would the world look like today? Just imagine. Oh, I know. Well, that was the thing too. You know, FDR going into his third term, running for election in 1940, wrote a letter. I believe you can find this letter online, warning the Democratic Party not to move to the right. And he was trying to get Henry Wallace in there, who was big anti-war guy. This is 1940, so Germany was building up and the war in Europe was already happening and we didn't want to get involved in it. And, you know, obviously we did and stopped Hitler from doing all of his awfulness, but there was all this, FDR wanted to do even more progressive stuff. You know, he had gotten us out of the recession or the depression rather, and yeah, he was going to do all this other stuff, but his health, and then of course they voted after that to limit president's terms to 2 terms. The Democrats muscled out Henry Wallace in favor of Truman. It's a great question, man. Henry Wallace 2020. Municipal broadband is scalable. Common Sense Party. What else was I going to share with you guys or something? Dennis from Germany. Thanks to you guys. We got some of it in our Constitution and some of his folks helped writing it. Red Economics is on Facebook under Stevie King, or he can post a Red Economics group page. Right on, Stevie. Stevie, love to do another interview with you. Plantastic Life, Dominic, thank you for supporting the show, has this to say. What city is the nation's largest municipal user of green power? Houston, effing Texas. What does that tell you? The largest user of green power is Houston, Texas, which is like the hub of the oil industry, right? So if Houston, Texas can do it, other cities can do it. And it just makes sense financially. That's how you pitch it. That's how you sell it. It just makes sense financially. You guys are fantastic. Redneckonomics. Yeah, we could talk Green Party. We'd love to get more of your thoughts. Email me. Let's find out a time to talk. We got to get you on the new fancy studio. Did you guys see the interview with Susie Dawson on the new setup? I used Zoom. It was fantastic. But Plantastic Life, thank you for supporting the show and giving us that information. That's why I love this show, and I love the community that we've got here, because you guys give me information that I didn't know, and now we all know. We all know Houston, Texas gets the most green energy. That is awesome, Dominic. Right on. That is awesome. Redneck Economics got to go fix dinner for the little one. I'll get in touch with you, Graham. Right on, Stevie. Great to have you back. Good to see you here on the live chat. Yes, Lucas Pompey. I did switch to Zoom. So, and I emailed all of the people that are on, I think it's called the Skype tier on Patreon, but I'll change that. So it is Zoom now. Actually, Susie Dawson helped me set it up because Zoom is encrypted. Skype is easily hacked. She would know this. So now all my video interviews, if you're at the $25 level, we'll do it through Zoom. If you've never used Zoom before, it's very simple. You'll get a link like 5-10 minutes before we're supposed to do. You click on that link and that takes you into the conference. It's basically a video conference, and then I record it and post it up there. So it's really cool, and I'm glad I switched. Yeah. Nearly 100% of Houston city government's energy comes from renewable resources. Plantastic Light just gave us that information. That's fantastic, right? That's what you do. Like if you live in Texas or you live in some red state, you show them that Houston is doing this and you give them the facts. And this is what it saves us money. It'll save the taxpayers this and this. It will generate this. It's cleaner. It's better for our kids' asthma. All that stuff. That's fantastic. Den's from Germany. How many languages do you guys speak? I speak 5. It's normal here in Europe to speak at least 2 to 3 languages. Do you guys learn other languages in school? Here it's mandatory. No, it's not mandatory in America. It's part of the problem with our education system. Like, people get mad in this country. Oh, you speak in Spanish, speak American. Like, it's ridiculous. We should speak 2 and 3 languages in this country. Everyone in America should speak Spanish. Everybody. Everybody. It's not taught. It's like an elective. Some schools teach. It's not. It should be mandatory. We should all speak it. We should be kind and generous to Latino immigrants and speak their language to help them integrate better into American society, but rather than ostracize them. I speak Portuguese. Eu falo português pouco. So I speak, 2 languages, 1 3/4, but I can get by. So, yes, Pat, I did get those files. I will look them over. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to look them over, but I will. Thank you so much, man. Houston, seems like they're in the most denial about the necessity of such ideas. I want to learn more about that. Yeah. That's why everyone, Lori Mountaingale pal writes, they all need to vote for Beto O'Rourke. It will shake the political world if he beats Lion Ted. That would be great. The conservative mayor of a small town near me wants to use solar to provide pre-power to the whole town. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? The whole town gets it. Free power to a whole city. You could petition people for that. Everyone would want that. Die-hard Republican folks would go, yeah, you know what we could do? Have free electricity for everybody in the town. So, guys, that's the show. I got a split. It's been fantastic. Other great conversations here. Let me read off. There we go. I want to thank everybody that supported the show. Plantastic Life, thank you so much. Plantastic Life again. A. Mayers, thank you. Plantastic Life and Plantastic Life again. You guys are fantastic for supporting the show. Again, please go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. YouTube has throttled my numbers and I'm not making as much, even though I'm putting out more videos. They've throttled my, make sure you're subscribed, hit the subscribe button, even if you have already, because they're unsubscribing people. And I've stopped doing the Amazon affiliate link. So like my money's down by a good 40%. So I could use your help if you go to the Patreon level, even at the $2 level. And let me know if there's some Patreon tiers that I don't have that you're like, Graham, you know, this other show does this, and why don't you try that? I'm open to everything, but could use your help in the Patreon. Of course, if you go to the P.O. Box, which is on my website, grahamelwood.com, some of you just send cash. I appreciate that. You guys are great. This is your show. You've helped support it. You've helped pay for this. Well, the Patreon supporters have helped pay for this channel or this new studio. You guys are great. Yeah, I have nearly 10,000 subscribers. I've been stuck at 9,800 for like 2 months now. I should be well over it. But you guys are awesome. I very much appreciate it. Today, boom. And yeah, it has gone up from 97 to 9,800 because I've been pushing so hard for everybody to hit the subscribe button. So if you're not a Patreon supporter, please, even for $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel. $5 a month, you get bonus audio and get the podcast early. $10 a month, you get bonus video and stuff early. So I'm looking to start doing a monthly live show here in LA, and if I can get that done, then one of the things you'll get at the $10 level is what I did in Seattle, which is the $10 level, you'll get the whole live show uncut. I might trim out some of the acts if there's somebody that does stand up on it. But then, so anyway, good stuff's happening. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Please go to the Patreon. Thank you so much for all your guys' thoughts and ideas and conversations, discussions, even debates that we're having. I really appreciate it. I really want to hear what you guys all have to say, and I love this community that we've built up. So thank you so much. You are making Gotham great again. Go vegan for sure.